truth.
No chaser.
Welcome to Truth No Chaser. I'm Jay.
And I'm Frank.
And this is a shot of truth stirred with bold opinions, reversing the miseducation of the black community as it relates to health, politics, and cultural identity.
Yes, sir. And today we're without our lovely co-host Ashley because today's topic is for the men. Yes, sir. Prostate cancer. Infamous prostate cancer.
Man.
You know, that's the one that we don't want to touch, no pun intended, but you know what I'm saying? But fellas, health-wise, as Jay explained to you, that's what we're about on the show. And this one in particular for my brothers, and in particular my brothers that are in the 40-40 club.
Word.
You know, Go ahead, Jay.
No, it's a big deal, especially when we say for black men, because black men, we get, so many of us will likely incur prostate cancer. So we want to be aware of it, take some preventative measures. And the thing is, while we'll incur it, and it doesn't have to have the effects on us that it can have on us if we catch it early. So we're going to do a lot about talking about how to detect it, right?
Absolutely. Now, it's a lot of signs early on, like you said, just like any other diseases, out there that, they may be hereditary.
Right.
So if you have someone that's like close to you, one of your relatives, particularly your father, your brother, maybe some uncles or something like that.
I didn't even know it was hereditary.
Yeah. Now it is not necessarily hereditary, but if it runs in your family, if it does run in your family, a higher risk. That's what it is. So you have to. I don't have anyone that has suffered from prostate cancer in my family, but that doesn't mean that I myself, I'm off the hook, so to speak. And I think that's what a lot of people misconstrue. And we'll get down to the nitty gritty as well a little later on. Why a lot of men don't want to go through this process and kind of like put it on a back burner because there is an obvious reason, especially being a black man.
And listen, we'll say it like this too, right? Just to give you a couple of numbers as to why this is super important, right? Black men are 70 to 100%, 110% more likely to develop prostate cancer in our lifetimes, right?
Right.
And it's the second leading cancer cause of death for us, of all the cancers out there. Mm-hmm. This is the second leading cancer cause of death, which is alarming, which really says it really comes down to us not talking about it enough and not being aware of it enough.
Yeah.
Because again, it's one of those things that are usually the chances of death and spreading it are far less likely during early detection, right?
Mm-hmm. So
we're obviously, like you said, we're not getting those screenings, right?
Yeah.
Now,
what is a little bothersome to me in doing the research is why. That's the main. Why are we such high risk than other races and ethnic groups?
I have a non-scientific theory.
Yeah, me too.
I have a totally non-scientific
What's yours?
theory for that. All right. So remember, shout out to Dr. Lippman. Remember he was on the show, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about uterine fibroids,
yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And how that can even develop to uterine fibroid cancer.
Yes.
And I asked the question, the topic, we had that because that's a black woman's issue.
Right.
And black women are susceptible to that at much higher rates. And he said there's actually been no proven research as to why it's racial related or anything. He said the only thing that I can think of, right?
Right.
You're going to see where I'm going with this real fast. It's non-scientific. This is just me, right? He said the only thing I can think of is that black people, and this is true medical fact, we carry more fatty tissue.
Right. That's
more muscle mass than other races, and that's where cancers live. So if you carry more fatty tissue and muscle mass, especially fatty tissue, you're more likely to be susceptible to cancer because you naturally have it.
Mm.
We got bigger prostates.
Okay, understandable. I guess it got me. Hey, it's not a reach. It's not a reach. I'll tell you what is a reach though.
What?
The diet. That was mine. That was my
really?
That was my non-scientific theory. I feel that we are not for nothing naturally unhealthier as a culture.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like we watch other people when you watch others prepare food, we make jokes out of it, right? We look and we say, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like when you all you doing is salt and pepper with a seasoning,
Right.
You know. Meanwhile, you know, and I but that's just my theory. I'll go with yours.
No. I'm gonna stay on the
saying?
food for a second though, right?
Yeah.
So it's not even necessarily how we prepare the seasoning. Like I don't know if it's like a certain amount of cancer agents in cayenne, right? But it could be a lot of cancer causing agents in the food. A lot of us, you know, it to me, health. I'm learning. Health goes back to the wealth gap in America.
Yeah,
we suffer a lot from things because we have a lot of resources. You know, again, I always say this: you look at the black experience in America since 1865, even after we were freed from slaves. We had to eat what we could. That's where pork came into our diets. That's where chicken scraps came into our diet. That's where eating gizzard and stuff came into our diet, right? The food we buy and we prepare, the non-organic stuff, is pumped with all these things that are more cancer-causing agents. Okay. And a lot of that we eating what we afford, what we used to. You know what I mean? And we're a little bit less health conscious because we're more, you know. Because here's the thing: this is important for those who are battling with prostate cancer. Diet absolutely matters for those who have it. Diet is a major part of controlling the cancer. I've learned from a couple of brothers that were able to give me some insight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But the weirdest thing also, another weird thing in my research is the symptoms, right? It says although prostate cancer don't have many symptoms, then they just rattled off like 7 or 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? So so let's talk about that. Blood and semen, slow urine stream.
Yeah.
Pelvic area discomfort, also bone pain, and erectile dysfunction are some signs that you may need to seek your doctor for more education on your prostate glands, because you know it's the interesting thing is it's a cancer that if detected early, they consider it a survivable cancer.
Yeah.
Whereas even if diagnosed with it, you can live like 5 and 10 years past. You know. So I mean that you know that again, that's still not an excuse for you to take your foot off the brake.
No,
so to speak. You know.
Well, I was looking here and I compared my notes while you were talking about the. Not that I was listening, brother. Compared my notes when you were talking about one of the symptoms. Another common symptom, Tiff mentioned it before we started recording, is incontinence. Bowel issues is definitely one. So if you're having, and that's something that we see that sometimes we might chalk up.
Say that word again.
Incontinence.
So
that's something that we know we might relate to different other things going on in our health problems, not thinking, hey, that might need to trigger me for a screening for prostate. Let me see what's going on here. You know.
Now I'll be honest. Okay, so let's keep it real, Jay.
What's up?
I know you know a lot of gentlemen that's was dreading this day. You know, we heard about it. We heard that, hey, you know, you around that age where you need to start getting that checked out. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever saw the movie. I don't know if you saw the movie Soul Man with Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson when he goes to the doctor and he's like, my problem back there, doc. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, honestly, that is
part of the checkup. No, and you know what's crazy, man? Like, I'm gonna go deeper into that. Why I say deeper into that? Right now?
Pause. This nigga said he going deeper with the prostate.
I thought I was doing like a good thing, right? Back in the day, when I first started, so I'm like young, I'm out the crib, I'm out of college, I got my first little job, first time in my life, you know, I'm in my early 20s, like 22, 23, first time in my life going to the doctor on my own. I found my own primary care physician, I got my physician, I'm on my own insurance, and I'm on mom's insurance. Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm getting my physicals, I'm like, yeah, I'm all up on my health and shit, right? And the doctor back then, he would be doing the prostate exams and stuff, right? And then like a couple times, a couple years I did my annual physical. He's like, something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing to his specialist looking at me. So I was talking to people. Somebody was like, why are you getting your prostate checked like that?
Yeah, right.
I was like, yeah, what you supposed to do. You man. It was like, not at your age, bro. I was like, for real? It was like, nah, you worried? You got something going on? I was like, nah. I said they sent me to a specialist and everything. The specialist did it again. I was like, oh shit, these niggas gangbang me, yo.
Timmy, you got there 20 years old, but you still a baby, right? You can't even have a drink yet. You get your prostate checked.
Nigga passing me to his boy and everything. I'll check this one out. You know what I'm saying?
I see you to a specialist.
I'm gonna send you over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah. So I'm 40 Trey, man. This year I just hit that 43. So I'm according to the research, I got 2 more years at this moment.
Right.
They say 45. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait it out, and I might do the whole 45 into 46, like the last day of 45.
But I realized, man, when we saw about this. So I had like my physical last year. I'm actually up from shit. I got my physical appointment tomorrow. I actually need to postpone that joint. That's wild.
Especially if you gotta get your shit checked.
Right. I need it. Right. But no, I need to postpone anyway. My schedule's jacked up. But it's literally tomorrow, right?
Right.
But in my last 1 years ago, they didn't check. My doctor didn't check my prostate, right? Mm-hmm. So I was looking at, we was doing the research with John. I'm like, yo, damn, I'm like, I'm 44 this year. Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn, I'm about to be like 2-3 years removed from my last prostate exam. Mm-hmm. So I was like, so she ain't even do, because now I have a female. Mm-hmm. I was like, I definitely would have remembered if she would have put the glove on, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is like another level of feeling. It's uncomfortable either way. But it's like with men, it's like, all right, let's do what we got to do. With women, it's like, in a weird position, right? Mm-hmm. So, so I realized I didn't have it. So now I'm like, damn, maybe that's not a part of what they do for the physical anymore. So this year I have, for my insurance, I have a PPO plan.
Okay.
Where I'm just like, and if you have one of those where you don't have to get, versus from an HMO where you have to wait to get that referral, right, or you have to wait till you have a problem that says, check out my prostate, and then they, see what's going on. They say it might be a prostate. They run the test, then refer you to a specialist. Generally, with an HMO plan, you have to go to your primary care physician and then get a recommendation to go to a specialist. Whereas with that PPO, you can go straight to the specialist in network, hopefully to reduce that cost. So, if you're not getting that a part of your primary care physician, or if you're like, they didn't do it right physical, they just got me in there to do the, run the basic blood work and things that third. And if they say that's not covered in, what they bill for, like Steph put us on, just know that there's other measures, so you're not going year after year in this time frame where we have to be vigilant about it.
Yeah, and you just you don't want it to spread through your glands, like because it is slow growing, they say, so they have to put you on what they call an active surveillance or something like that. They say so. Yeah. The bottom line, this is our health. This is, if we want to live longer, we want to be able to be around, who just passed from prostate cancer? OJ.
Yeah.
OJ Simpson just passed away. He had prostate cancer. He's in his 70s, but he had it for some years. So, right, that's a testament to what they were saying, how far along you can go, what I'm saying, while living with it. So, what's your main?
Actually, my main thing is really the death rates, of course, with it, man. And how many of us, will encounter it. That's the takeaway for me. We're more aware. We realize, no, when you're black male above 40, you are 70 to 110% more likely to encounter or have prostate cancer, and we say we're 1.7 times to be more likely to be diagnosed with it, right? So when we look at that and we say, no, like, we're really quote unquote right for the picking for this. It's not something that like, this might happen to this person, or this person might end up with this ailment. This is prevalent in America. This is like every black brother we know, like our peer group, one of us are likely going to encounter this at some point. Lord forbid, Lord does his work on earth, that may not be the situation, but as it is, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's our premise to the show.
There you go.
So if we are aware of how dangerous something is, exercise, your health care plans, exercise, that Affordable Care Act, and get those physicals, right? Demand those things to be checked. Say what you have to say in order for those things to be checked on, so that you can get to the specialist even after, they may do what we call about the digital rectal exam, get the blood test, to see if there's anything going on where they can detect those heightened levels, being produced, heightened, it's a PCA test where there's a heightened level of something that they can detect to see if something's going on. But get those things, checked, because awareness is the key to stopping it, but you can't be aware if you're not, checking on it. So that would be my thing. And I would say something that I'm having to look at it a little differently as I'm hitting 44 and I want to be around for my children and everything.
Absolutely. There you go.
This may not be scientific proof, or like I said, I was talking with a brother who now is dealing with it.
Yeah.
I won't say his name. I don't know if he actually said it or not. He's not shy about it, but still, he's a bourbon drinker. And I say, what you been sipping on lately? He said, I've been having to slow down. Yeah. He said, I actually been switching to a little bit of taste of tequila here and there. Yeah. He said, the sugar levels in bourbon are too high. Okay. And it affects my progress to trying to battle with this thing.
Got you.
So I was like, dang, how much better can I take care of myself on the front end before I start carrying more problems than I already ever deal with?
Got you. Yeah. My biggest takeaway is, we like severity of it. I know we joke about it and stuff like that, but we have to take it just as serious as if hypertension runs in your bloodline, if diabetes runs in your bloodline, so on and so forth. Yeah. We, again, like I said, we joked about it on the show, but all jokes aside, fellas, there is nothing gay about your health.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I know that's why a lot of people are reluctant to getting these screenings, and getting checked out. They're just like, well, if they got, I know one person in particular is like, well, if you got to go back there, then I guess I'll just be taken out. Nah, that's really stupid.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
We live in an age where a lot of people think like that.
Yeah, very, very stone age. I know I remember my grandfather having a conversation with him. He ain't never had one a prostate screening, or anything like that. And who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because he didn't care for the doctor. He was one of them. Go to the doctor and if they're gonna find out something new. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like that, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I might as well not go and so you just might as well not know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, yeah. So that will be my biggest message to our African American brothers out there is listen, put all that other shit to the side. That holds no bearing on knowing that you're gonna be here for, like you said, to provide for your families and stuff like that. For as long as you can.
Yeah. So the takeaways are, you can do your research, but the research is gonna tell you to get checked. All right. So go get checked. Stay aware. Stay taking care of yourself all the way around. Understand that the reason why we had this conversation was realize there are some ideas about getting the check or going through the thing of, I don't want to do the exam and stuff like that. We have to get over that. Why do we have to get over that? Because we have to understand that especially if you're a black male, this is the podcast for everything by black people, for black people, about everything black. So if you are black and you listen to this thing, if you are somebody that's over 40 and you're a male, or you know somebody that's over 40, or you're gonna be somebody over 40. Get checked and be aware, because we have to understand that we're likely going to be affected, and we're likely, if it goes undetected, that decreases our chance of survival or even beating that thing. So, I'm Jay.
I'm Frank.
This is A Shot of Truth, stirred with bold opinions, reversing the miseducation of the black community. And as our partner Ashley would say, keep walking in your truth, black people.